Hi, my name is Rich Hanlon. With Christmas right around the corner, in case you are looking for a good gift for the nature enthusiast in your family or circle of friends, I think I've got something for you. My recently published book called At Home in Wild Places, Exploring the Art of Sauntering. It's a book that takes the sauntering methods of some of the most iconic American nature writers and presents them in a way that these methods and practices become accessible to the individual who would like to deepen their connection and experience in wild nature. Now, the term sauntering, it's when you take inspiration from Henry David Thoreau, John Muir, and some other nature writers, means to me, at least in the context of this book, a way of being and of moving about in wild places through which a person recognizes the land as holy and discovers themselves as part of it. And simply put, is to discover yourself as part and parcel of nature. So I'd like to share an excerpt from my recently published book with you, but first I'll offer the table of contents. We have the introduction, Sauntering with Henry David Thoreau, Sauntering with John Muir, Sauntering with Enos Mills, Sauntering with George Washington Sears, Sauntering with Edward Abbey, Sauntering with Jane Goodall, and then we have chapters on integrated sauntering methods, sauntering with a group, sauntering and leave no trace principles, sauntering and nature writing, and following the conclusion is a handful of selected poems from my own sauntering experiences. The excerpt that I'd like to share with you comes from Henry David Thoreau's sauntering methods, and that is on page 16 of this book. And it goes like this. One of the practices within Henry David Thoreau's sauntering method is to visit your sanctum sanctorum. This part of Thoreau's sauntering method comes with a caveat. The wild places that Thoreau visited were seldom far from town. Therefore, Thoreau's wild landscape is not anywhere near as expansive as those whose sauntering methods are yet to come. Perhaps there is solace that can be taken from this, that if Thoreau could discover something truly wild not far from civilization, so can we. Life consists of wildness, writes Thoreau. The most alive is the wildest. Not yet subdued to man, its presence refreshes him. In his preference for wild places, Thoreau sauntered through forests and meadows, along lake shores and rivers, but there's one environment that he preferred, revered even, above all others. The dismal swamp, the unfathomable bog, the land of quaking sphagnum. Peatlands. You can't walk through it. You can't take a boat through it either. The only way to make it useful for human use is to drain it, a practice that Thoreau spoke of with great disdain. Thoreau referred to all wild places as holy, and to peatlands as a sanctum sanctorum, the holy of holies, the most sacred, this due to the impenetrable nature and unique character of peatland environments. I resonate with Thoreau's treatment of peatland swamps as the wildest, a sanctum sanctorum for sure. The creativity of pitcher plants, the industrious spirit of cotton sedges, and the collaborative efforts of leatherleaf plants and specialized bog fungi inspire me to dream big. One of my favorite places to saunter in the Adirondacks is the Bloomingdale Bog Trail. There are a number of expansive peatland habitats that border its south end. Even just to stand in wonder at such places gifts me with a sense of peace in my heart and connection with nature. The balsam firs that border such peatlands are the spiry-topped pillars of the great forest sanctuary, while red spruces stand tall among them with elegant, wide-reaching branches lifted in gratitude, and the black spruce congregation stands stubby and sprawling on a sphagnum mattress, their feet baptized in water too acidic for bacterial growth, and yet, by some miracle, life finds a way. What is your sanctum sanctorum? Maybe it doesn't even have to be the landscape that you would deem most wild. Maybe it's the landscape that speaks most to your heart. This ends the excerpt from this 60-page book, which is available on the website called thebookpatch.com for a price of $15. You can purchase it there. I'll provide a link in the comments below. Or you can contact me directly if you would like to purchase a signed copy. I can do that and get one mailed to you. Thank you for joining me at the bird feeders today. You may have seen a few chickadees and nuthatches at the feeder behind me while I made this video. You may also be able to pick up on the calls of the evening grosbeaks that are perched just above my head, maybe 30 feet up in our white pine trees. They're waiting for me to go back inside so they can come and enjoy their breakfast. Well, thank you for joining me. Please do get in touch with me if you are interested in purchasing a copy of my most recently published book, At Home in Wild Places, Exploring the Art of Sauntering. Well, happy sauntering. I'll see you next time.